Hey guys, Freelyx here, Bill Fortney Jr. on Facebook. Uh, just coming to you with a little request for some help. A friend of mine, a guy that runs the group known as BRaWL, you can find that on our Facebook page. It's board and board role playing and wargaming league is BRaWL, and the guy that runs the thing is called Shane. That's his name, and he used to be a member of the Adventurers League. Actually, still is an active member in the Adventurers League. But BRaWL is kind of his new creation or baby, and it's where you can play any type of game. It's not just like Pathfinder Society is all Pathfinder, and the Adventurer League is all D&D 5e or Dungeons and Dragons in general. BRaWL is open to any system, so it doesn't matter what game system you enjoy playing. You can go there and either GM or join in a game if someone else is the game master for you. So anyway, he found out that today was my birthday, and I may have dropped a little hint. Anyway, for my birthday, he got me the Savage Worlds Deluxe rule book. And I am in the process of picking up a couple of other books that I've been interested in getting. My kitty making a little appearance here. Anyway, and I'm planning on building kind of a world around an old idea that I had. I previously, a home game with a group of mine that we played, we had a city that I created called Cleeson City. And my home game, guys, y'all will remember, everybody seemed to have a really good time in that particular city, in that world. The basis for the idea for that was I took inspiration from DC Universe's Gotham City and Bloodhaven. So Cleeson City is basically Bloodhaven in DC, and Larson City is Gotham City, or the larger city right next to Cleeson City. And our real world inspiration came from Houston, Texas, and Pasadena, Texas. It's a port city, and I basically, in our fantasy world, riddled it with crime. Cleeson City is worse than a lot of the other places, and it, like 80% of the police department is crooked or on the take. You've got gang wars, mafia, drug cartels. I had the Tong, I had the Yakuza, and they're all trying to get control of this particular area because the most recent mob boss got knocked off. And so there's a power vacuum there, and everybody's rushing in to try to take over because it's a port city, and you can get all of your illegal goods into the port if you own control over it. And they know that Cleeson City is most of their police department and customs and whatnot, they're all on the take. So it's a good way to get your stuff in, at least in our fantasy realm. So anyway, I am now going to rebuild this. I was in Champions Heroes rule set, but I've recently gotten a little away from Champions Heroes, and I'll tell you why in a second. But for my birthday, Shane bought me the deluxe rule set for Savage Worlds, and that's going to be the direction that I go in. Now, I've still got a couple of folders, old folders with character information and NPCs and locations and things of that nature that I had from the original setup, but I don't have everything. And that's kind of where I'm hoping you guys can come in and lend me a hand. I'm going to start a Pinterest board, and I'll put a link to it down below after I got it kicked off. And it's going to be basically the idea behind this realm now is going to be, I'm changing a little bit of the feel for it. It's going to be a cross between kind of a pulp film noir, and I'm going to add a little bit of steampunk and diesel punk in there. And There's going to be, based on steampunk stuff, there will be some magic available. It's not going to be excessive, but there will be magic. And I'm also going to have a little bit of alien tech that's going to be out there that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm going to change part of the history of this world. And I'm going to say that the Second World War, when it occurred, it wasn't nation against nation. It wasn't a whole bunch of nations going against one another. The Second World War, when it kicked off, it was all of the nations coming together as a whole to fight off an invasion. And the war is over, but there is still some alien tech and some alien creatures and mutations that are out there that you've got to kind of keep an eye out for and try not to cross paths with. So based on these ideas, what I'm hoping that you guys can help me with is, once I build this Pinterest board, and I'll put the link down below again, like I said, I would like you guys to give me some inspirational images and maybe some floor plans and maps to older buildings, and maybe some pictures of give me links to pictures of old cars and things from the 40s, maybe some steampunk themed stuff, a little bit of diesel punk stuff, and kind of blending a little bit of the Rocketeer and I don't know if you guys have ever played the video game Dishonored. It's kind of a steampunk thing with some mysticism in it. I'm going to put some of that in there. And Cleeson City is just going to be a dirty, grimy, nasty place to live. And I'm going to let everybody build their characters. My home team, I'm going to hopefully get them started back into this game again. And we're going to use the Savage Worlds rule set so that I can I'm going to use it as a launching point to teach the home team how this game system works, and learning and teaching as I go. Because again, I haven't played but maybe one thing out of that's close to Savage Worlds, and I played Classic Deadlands with Shane from the BRaWL group, and I'll put a link to their group in Facebook down below as well. But so if you guys got any comments or suggestions or ideas, or maybe you just want to jump in on an online game, I am going to add this to once I get this up and built and a few things kind of situated. I'm hoping to get this running on the one-shot group. So I'll GM a couple of one-shots for some people in the Savage Worlds thing. Then I'll even throw out a couple of pre-gens. I'm going to do a bunch of my NPCs that were from the original Cleeson City, and I'm going to write them all up, and then I'm going to get all that stuff put together, and then with some floor plans and maps. And the only one that I've still got is I have some blueprints of an old abandoned warehouse that was from downtown Houston here, that actually back when I was working for a different company as a director of marketing, I did a project with Akeem Olajuwon, and I helped build all the prayer rugs for a mosque where he had bought an old museum that used to be downtown and converted it into a mosque for the Muslim community here in Houston, which I was like, cool, how can I help? So I built all the prayer rugs that mosque was using when it initially opened. I don't know if they're still there or not. I've never been in there. I'm not Muslim. I went in and did all the measurements and designed all the rugs for him, and he came in and paid for it, and that was the end of it. But it was a lot of fun, and because I was doing the floor plans for the rugs and everything, we got to go in there and take measurements and figure out where things were going to be as they set up the mosque. And there's an education center in there and stuff for people interested in learning about the Muslim religion and what they're all about, things of that nature. It was a very cool project, and much respect to Akeem Olajuwon. And hopefully it's still up and running. I couldn't tell you. But I've got the maps or the blueprints to the original museum that used to be there. And I used that in my Cleveland City campaign as an abandoned museum where the players first met and kind of used as a base briefly. And that's the only floor plans that I have. So if you guys have anything that you can offer me, you know, links to freebies or whatnot, it would be much appreciated. And I'd like to know what your comments and suggestions are and what you think about the system. And remember to like, share, and subscribe if you're interested in more information. Looking forward to hearing from you and seeing what you guys got to add. Thanks.